Well, new information coming out now about how Bryan Kohberger regarded women. One of his former dates is describing a disturbing experience, and also new allegations that Kohberger was sexist and graded female students more harshly. Sources are saying that Kohberger talked down to female students when he was a TA at Washington State University. The complaints about Kohberger apparently prompting the university to hold a harassment training seminar. Kohberger is accused of killing 4 University of Idaho students in November. And we do want to welcome in NewsNation contributor and former CIA officer and FBI Special Agent Tracy Walder. Tracy, thank you for being here.
Thank you for having me, Natasha.
So sources saying that Kohberger made chauvinistic and condescending remarks towards women at Washington State. Apparently, Kohberger said that men would take women's jobs because they weren't as smart at one point. As an investigator, how does his regard for women play into piecing together a profile of this suspect?
Well, that's an excellent question. And I think really what that points to, really is motive. There's a gag order surrounding this case. And so we don't have a lot of information. But I think, the public's interested and the public wants to understand how something like this happened. And I think something like that, and it's really been consistent across the board, going all the way back into high school, his sort of subpar harassment and treatment of women really kind of points to his motive. Really, a very common motive in this type of multiple victim homicide is sex. And so it's not necessarily that he may have wanted sex, but something that he really was looking for was male supremacy. And so that gets conflated with the idea of an incel, and that could be something that we're looking at here, but I'm not 100% certain.
I appreciate that. And I mean, we're sort of piecing together multiple details here. We have the brewery in Kohberger's home state of Pennsylvania that made the staff add notes to their system about his reputation of allegedly making creepy comments towards staff and customers. There's a woman who went on a Tinder date with Kohberger years prior to the murders, claiming that he was pushy, that he kept touching her even when she didn't want to be touched. Can any of these people be called as character witnesses in this trial?
They could be. And I think exactly to your point, this is something that in terms of Kohberger's behavior has been really consistent. Really throughout the past decade and a half of his life, this has been reported that this is how he has made women feel and treated them. And depending on the direction that the prosecution's going to go in regards to a motive, they absolutely could be called as witnesses.
And Tracy, in just about 20 seconds, I mean, how does this detail about him having a dating history and a dating life play into potentially the idea and speculation that he might be an incel?
That's what's been hard for me. Typically, incels are unable to get partners. He does have a dating history. He can't keep them, but he does have a dating history, and that's what gives me a little bit of pause.
Okay, Tracy Walder, always appreciate the context. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.
Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.